Hello everyone, my name is Jubeir and I am from the Department of Information Technology at the Assam Kaziranga University. In this presentation, I will be discussing our exploratory proposal titled AssamBench towards a comprehensive benchmark for evaluating large language models on Assamese, which was developed jointly with my co-author Mustafa Azad Hussain. Our work focuses on evaluating how modern large language models perform on Assamese, which is still largely underrepresented in current AI benchmark. Today, models like GPT, Gemini, and LLaMA 3 claim multilingual support, including Assamese. However, even though Assamese has more than 15 million speakers and official language status in Assam, there is very little actual evaluation data available for these models. In simple terms, we do not really know how well these systems understand Assamese across tasks like translation, reasoning, or classification. This becomes important because AI systems are increasingly being used in areas such as education, government service, and content moderation. Without proper benchmark, it becomes difficult to measure reliability or compare models effectively. There are several reasons why Assamese needs its own dedicated benchmark instead of relying only on general multilingual evaluation. The first reason is script distinction. Assamese contain characters like raw and wobbo, which are visually very similar to Bengali character. Many tokenizers and OSR system often confuse them. The second reason is morphology. Assamese uses rich suffixation and modern tokenization system frequently splits words incorrectly, which affects meaning understanding. Because of this linguistic character, generic multilingual benchmark often fail to capture Assamese-specific silences properly. We mainly focus on three linguistic silences. The first is code mixing. In real world, Assamese text, especially on social media, Assamese is often mixed with English and Hindi within the same sentence. The second challenge is tokenization errors. Language models sometimes break Assamese morphemes incorrectly, leading to semantic loss during processing. And finally, is still considered a low resource language in NLP. There are limited clean dataset and evaluation resources available, which make benchmarking even more important. AssamBench design. To address this issue, we propose AssamBench, which consists of five major tasks. This includes sentiment analysis, name entity recognition, machine translation, reading comprehension, and hate speech detection. Together, these tasks help evaluate classification, reasoning, and generation capabilities of large language model on Assamese. In addition to the main task, AssamBench also include two specialized components. The first is hate speech detection, which is important for improving moderation system for the regional languages. The second is dedicated code mix subset. Around 50% of the data in each task will contain Assamese English or Assamese Hindi mixed text. This helps us evaluate how models perform in realistic scenarios instead of only clean monolingual setting. To maintain quality and reproducibility, we define a structured annotation protocol. Our sources include Assamese news platforms such as Protidin and Amarohom along with public social media data. Each sample is annotated by two native Assamese speakers. If disagreement occurs, a third annotator resolves it. We target a coherence kappa increment scores of at least 0.75 to ensure annotation consistency. For evolution, For evaluation, we plan to test models such as GPT-4, Gemini 1.5, Claude 3.5, and LLaMA 3. The models will be evaluated in both 0-shot and 5-shot setting. We also use standard NLP metric depending on the task. For example, macro F1 for classification, entity level F1 for NER, BLU, and CHRF++ for translation, and exact match with token level F1 for question answering. Additionally, prompt will be tested in both native Assamese script and Romanized Assamese. Our important contribution of our work is the planned Assamese-specific error taxonomy. We classify model failure into categories such as morphological errors, script confusion, code mixing degradation, cultural entity gaps, and out-of-vocabulary hallucinations. This helps us understand not only whether a model fails, but also the reason behind those failures. This work is still exploratory and there are several limitations. Currently, the benchmark focuses on 5 tasks, while tasks such as summarization and dialogue are left for future work. Our current focus is mainly standard Assamese, so dialect diversity is still limited. Another challenge is recruiting native annotators while maintaining strong inter-annotator agreement. We are also looking for community feedback on questions like whether code mixing should become a separate benchmark task. Planned timeline and releases. Our planned timeline spans approximately 6 months. The first phase focuses on protocol design and annotator training. The second phase involves full annotation and agreement validation. After that, we plan to perform model evaluation and error analysis. Finally, we aim to publicly release the benchmark on Hugging Face and GitHub under a CC BY 4.0 license. To conclude, AssamBench aims to provide the first symmetric benchmark for evaluating large language model on Assamese. Beyond measuring performance, our goal is also to identify Assamese-specific failure pattern related to morphology, script handling, and code mixing. We also hope this framework can later be adapted for other Northeast Indian languages. Thank you for listening, and we welcome feedback and suggestions from the community. Thank you.